Have you ever come across someone who is both mysterious and enigmatic? We're talking about the elusive person who is adept in social settings but who also thrives in solitude. The lone wolves of the social hierarchy, Sigma males are often misunderstood and possess a magnetic allure that is difficult to resist. Despite being misunderstood, their solitude is a choice rather than a result of rejection. They are self-reliant and independent, and yes, they can be dangerous, but not in the way you might think. Instead, their ability to disrupt the status quo, challenge standards, and confound those who underestimate them makes them dangerous. Join us as we embark on an excursion into the realm of Sigma guys, exploring their distinctive characteristics and trying to solve their enigmatic nature. Buckle up! As we delve deeper into the mysterious world of Sigma males, we'll uncover the 7 ways that they display their dangerous side. First, solitude is one way that Sigma males display their dangerous side. This isn't because they're shy or lack social skills. Rather, it's a conscious decision to separate themselves from the usual social chatters and surface-level interactions. They find peace in their own company, preferring the quiet reflection of a solitary evening to the noisy bustle of a crowded room. Because of their preference for solitude, Sigma men can be unpredictable and challenging to read. They're like those enigmatic characters in books who would rather remain in the background, observing and understanding than being in the spotlight. However, their solitude gives them a unique perspective on life, enabling them to see things from perspectives that others might miss. To illustrate, imagine a social gathering. A Sigma male would be quietly observing, taking in the people around them, their behaviors and their words, while most people would be deeply engaged in conversations. This allows them to pick up on subtle cues and details that others may overlook. But this is also where the danger lies, because their solitude combined with their keen observational skills makes them formidable strategists. They have the ability to foresee events, recognize patterns, and draw connections that others are unable to. Their solitude serves as both their fortress and sanctuary, giving them the space they need to reflect, plan, and refuel as a Sigma man. Being alone doesn't indicate weakness. Rather, it shows strength, since it shows that he prioritizes his own mental space over social interaction. It's a reflection of his curiosity in seeing the world from his special perspective to the uninformed eye of a Sigma, not of his lack of interest in other people. Masculine. Though it may appear innocuous, solitude is actually a weapon they use with mastery. It's their shelter, their sword, their strategy chamber, and their method for getting by in the world of comprehending and conquering it. Thus, the next time you see a Sigma man, keep in mind that his solitude is not only a choice, it's his strength. Man Sigma. Male self-sufficiency demonstrates how dangerous they are. A Sigma male's independence is both his strength and his weakness. This trait renders him unpredictable and difficult to control. It goes beyond simply being able to fix a flat tire or prepare their own meals, but they are capable of doing those tasks as well. It's about adopting a way of thinking and living that prioritizes independence above everything else. Consider the business environment where many people are advancing up the corporate ladder, yet the stigma associated with men is growing personal ladder. He's the freelancer managing several projects, the entrepreneur working on a game-changing startup, or the digital nomad working from a Bali beach. He doesn't depend on an employer for a paycheck or a company for his identity. Instead, he's a self-sufficient individual in social situations, as well as the Sigma male independence is fully displayed. He doesn't need peer or crowd validation and is content in his own skin. Because he doesn't share the same motivations as others, he can be a bit of a wild card because he doesn't seek fame or recognition, but rather his own contentment and happiness. However, this self-sufficiency may also pose a risk because the Sigma male follows his own path and sets his own norms. He is independent of others and is difficult to manage or influence. Some people may find this uncomfortable, particularly those who value the stability of established roles and hierarchies. It's crucial to keep in mind, though, that this self-sufficiency is not a sign of conceit or hubris. Rather, it's a survival tactic used by Sigma M to navigate a society that frequently values individuality is subordinated to conformity. Popularity over sincerity, it serves as both his defense against societal pressures and expectations and his instrument for establishing his own identity. For the Sigma M, self-sufficiency goes beyond a way of life. Choosing it is a tactic for survival. Thirdly, Sigma men are strategic thinkers. Now, by strategic thinkers, I don't necessarily mean that they are a threat to one's physical safety. Rather, the danger lies in their extraordinary capacity to plot, plan, analyze, and determine the best course of action. In this sense, Sigma men are like the grand masters of the chessboard that is life. Rather than rushing headlong into situations, they take a step back, assess the situation, and carefully consider their next move. These men are analytical, dissect problems and situations with the aim of winning. It seems as though they have a sixth sense, but in reality, it's just their strategic mind at work. Let's take an example where a Sigma male is in a competitive environment, perhaps at work or in a social setting where others might see a challenge as an obstacle. Instead of seeing it as an obstacle, the Sigma male sees it as an opportunity. He looks at the bigger picture, identifying potential pitfalls and opportunities, and then plans his moves. Thus, he is not only reactive but also proactive, which is what makes them formidable opponents. They don't just consider the present, but also the future. They don't just react to what is happening in front of them, but also anticipate what will happen next. Therefore, don't underestimate a Sigma male. Despite their quiet exterior, they have a strategic mind that is constantly calculating and planning. In life's chess game, a Sigma male is always several moves ahead. Fourth, discrete dominance. Discrete dominance is what makes Sigma males dangerous. Now, you might be wondering how this works, but let me explain. This for you, unlike their alpha counterparts, Sigma males subtly influence those around them, guiding situations and people towards their desired outcomes with a quiet strength that often goes unnoticed. Think of a river. On the surface, it may seem calm and serene, but beneath, there's a powerful current driving everything forward. That's the Sigma male. They don't need the limelight or the adulation of the crowd. They quietly go about their business, making impactful decisions frequently from the shadows. Their influence is like a whisper that echoes in the subconscious of those around them. Imagine a situation at work when there is a team project and everyone is attempting to come up with ideas. In the middle of this commotion, while everyone is attempting to outdo one another, the Sigma male listens, watches, and then calmly and collectedly gives an intelligent answer. His well-considered suggestion, delivered with calm confidence, strikes a chord with the team. His concept is embraced not because he controlled the talk, but rather because he dominated the thought process. He doesn't demand attention or push his idea violently. Another illustration is seen in social contexts. Sigma men tend to observe and gain insight into people's motivations, fears, and desires. Although they may not be the life of the party, they use this understanding to gently guide conversations and sway decisions. They are the unseen puppeteers, deftly manipulating people without being noticed. Therefore, yes, the Sigma male is a discreet dominator. They might not be the loudest or most obvious person in the room, but their influence is undeniable, which is what makes them dangerous. They have the power to alter the course of events, influence choices, and have an impact on lives without anyone noticing. The Sigma man can rule the jungle landscape without having to roar. Fifth script. In the field of psychology, Sigma men's unpredictable nature makes them hazardous. Because they follow their own rhythm and reject conventions, Sigma men are known for having an unusual outlook on life. This makes them unpredictable and hence quite terrifying. Now let's explore the area of uncertainty. The Sigma male's domain conformity. They laugh at the idea of following social norms and would much rather make their own. This is not to suggest that they are careless or reckless, but rather that they are independent thinkers who cherish their ability to make their own decisions and follow their gut feelings. Consider a chess player who, rather than employing standard tactics, pulls off surprising moves to keep his opponent guessing. This player is a Sigma male. They are the joker in the pack, the wild card, the enigma, and they cannot be understood by traditional means. They are the joker in the pack, the wild card, and the enigma that cannot be solved by using common wisdom. They are the joker in the pack, the mystery that conventional interpretations are unable to unravel. This unpredictability can be both fascinating and intimidating. It's fascinating because it's difficult to understand them and predict what they'll do next. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with pieces of pie that don't seem to fit anywhere, but somehow they do. The mystery attracts people, piques their curiosity, and keeps them on their toes. This can be a useful tactic in a variety of situations, such as negotiations, competitions, or confrontations. The Sigma male holds the reins of unpredictability and thus wields a distinct form of power. So keep in mind that when dealing with a member of the Sigma male community, keep in mind that they are free spirits that pursue their own path and beat to their own rhythm. They may not adhere to the game's rules, but they certainly know how to play it with a Sigma man. The only thing you can anticipate is the unexpected. Sixth, the nonchalant negotiation skills of Sigma males are dangerous. Let's explore this. Sigma males are adept negotiators, but they do so in a way that comes across as almost casual, almost indifferent. This nonchalance isn't due to a lack of interest or preparation, on the other hand. Rather, it's a calculated strategy that gives them an advantage in deals and discussions. Imagine yourself in a negotiation with a Sigma male. He is leaning back in his chair with his arms folded and a half-smile playing on his lips. He listens more than he speaks, but when he does, his words are precise and cutting right to the point. There is no eagerness or desperation in his eyes. Instead, he speaks like a cool-headed chess player, making his moves calmly and coolly, unaffected by the rising stakes or the ticking clock. This can be unsettling or even intimidating, leaving you wondering if he even needs this deal. This is where the danger lies when dealing with a Sigma. When one side acts nonchalantly, the other may feel pressured to strive more and contribute more, which gradually tips the scales in favor of one side. Before you know it, the masculine Sigma is in control. Imagine a situation where a Sigma male is negotiating a job offer. He isn't overly excited about the salary or visibly upset about the workload. Instead, he's just there, questions the terms, suggests changes, and does so in a detached, nonchalant manner. The hiring manager, eager for his expertise, may find themselves sweetening the deal, increasing the salary, adding perks, all in an effort to get him on board. This nonchalant negotiation style is a powerful tool in a Sigma male's arsenal. It's a testament, lastly, the intelligence that is intuitive. Seventhly, Sigma males exhibit risk via their intuitive cognition. This is a facet of their nature that is sometimes disregarded, but is essential to their capacity to traverse the world in a distinctive manner. This intuitive intellect is about seeing the nuances of human nature and taking use of that insight, rather than merely being book-smart or having a high IQ. Sigma men usually possess a profound awareness of human nature. This insight is frequently innate and has been developed via experience and observation over time. They are very perceptive because they have an internal compass that guides them to the facts that others frequently overlook. This understanding of human nature and what motivates individuals makes them... Let's look at an example to clarify this. Imagine a room full of people all dressed in masks of political correctness and social graces. Amid the commotion and laughter, a Sigma male sits quietly and scans the room with his eyes. He is not just seeing people, he is reading them. Everything from their tone of voice to their body language to the words they choose to say, even the things they choose not to say, becomes a clue as to what their true intentions and feelings are. Sigma men can easily read people and circumstances thanks to their intuition. It's as if they're playing a game of poker, always knowing when to hold their cards close and when to call someone's bluff. They are able to predict actions, reactions, and even potential threats before they become apparent to others. They can see the chessboard of life several moves ahead, and they plan accordingly. Conclusion: always prepared, always aware that the Sigma male's intellect is his sword and shield, always ready to cut through deception and defend against manipulation. This intuitive intellect, combined with their other traits, makes them unpredictable, hard to control, and dangerous to those who seek to manipulate or take advantage of them. These are the 7 ways that Sigma males demonstrate their deadly nature. Their intuitive intellect, together with their other qualities, makes them a force to be reckoned with in a world that frequently underestimates their actual potential. We started with the lone Sigma, a wolf who survives on his own, and went on to the independent Sigma, a man who depends only on himself. Next, we looked at the quiet strategist, a genius at strength and stealth, and the covert dominator, a subdued but potent force. Our second point was the Sigma male's unusual, unpredictable nature, which was followed by the casual negotiator, a man who can influence people's ideas without speaking out. Finally, we talked about the Sigma male intuitive brain, who employs his astute intellect to overcome obstacles in life. Each of these characteristics adds to the mysterious and occasionally hazardous allure of the Sigma male. Keep in mind that comprehending a Sigma male does not mean hating them. Rather, it means recognizing the richness and nuance of their personality. Until the next time, continue learning about the interesting field of human psychology.